It's that time, guys. It is that time. Who do I think will win the African Nations Cup and why? Oh my gosh. This is what happens when you grow up. You have to make decisions, right? So, what's going on, everybody? It is only the biggest tournament in the world starting at the weekend. And let's break down some of the nations and why I think they're going to win the African Nations Cup. So we've got some serious contenders this year. We've got Nigeria, we've got the DRC, we've got Morocco. As usual, Cote d'Ivoire are there as well, right up there. Quality teams. So basically, I think African Nations Cup for me is the best tournament in the world. Chemistry, well, apart from the World Cup, maybe, but that's because you've got African nations and the Arab nations. They're making it exciting. It's not a ball fest with, people on their laptops half the game. So, let me start with my pick. Let's start with Nigeria. We cannot overlook Nigeria and their influence around world football. In fact, they are a menace. These guys are a menace. They're already harassing DRC because they feel DRC benefited unfairly going into the World Cup qualifiers due to them fielding some players they don't think should have qualified to play for them for one reason or another. That is a FIFA issue. I am focusing on what Nigeria bring to the AFCON this season. So Nigeria, they always come to AFCON as one of the most dangerous teams on paper, certainly. And of course, we know the Super Eagles. They've got pace, they've got power, physicality. That midfield of theirs is dangerous. I love Iwobi Chukwueze. Maybe Nwabali Ngo is not everyone's favorite, but I think he does a good job and he's probably one of their players who plays locally in Africa right now. They're going to be missing out on Benjamin Frederick. I always call him Benjamin Franklin. They're going to be missing out on him. I think they're going to miss him. They're going to miss Ola Aina, who plays for Notts Forest. He's had this long injury, which he sustained playing for South Africa at the qualifiers or for the World Cup. They're definitely going to miss those two fullbacks. But otherwise, they still have a very strong team. Going forward anyway, Nigeria, they can hurt anybody. They are very dangerous. They've got players who basically thrive in big moments. Just like the women, the men also have that never die attitude. I have said over and over again, when I grow up, and if I had a speck of the mentality the Nigerian team have, I would be running the world right now. But I do like a coffee every so often, and I'm a bit too relaxed for it. So probably would make it. Right. So in midfield, they're very athletic, they're aggressive, and they're perfect. Well, actually not as perfect, but they are very good for the African style battles, but not perfect because you need more than what they have sometimes. I think they're so good, but will they be able to overcome that mentality to get over the line to win the tournament? I am not so sure, but we'll analyze it as we go along. They've got a lot of European-based players who not only, there's a difference when you grew up in Europe and you grew up in Africa. I feel like in any African team that is very successful, you definitely need that spirit, African, your feet need to be on the ground. So a lot more players playing or growing up in Nigeria would probably definitely have added an extra element to this team. The other team I'm going to mention, and do not be thingy, is Zambia. Let's talk about Zambia. Zambia are one of the most dangerous dark horses in African football. The way we won 2012 AFCON was basically spiritual. We're a team we are always overlooked. We are always the underdogs because we just do not have the talent. We're not playing in Europe every day. Our players are local. They play in some of the lesser leagues, and we are always the underdogs. But what really takes us through and what is going to benefit us is the team unity. We've got Moses Sichone, who is the under-17 coach. He is a Zambian coach. For the first time in a long time, we are going to the African Nations Cup with a Zambian coach, which we need, because the last coaches we had, Avram Grant, he looked like he was so confused at the African Nations Cup before. He didn't know what to do. He probably can't tap into the emotions the way Havrena used to do. Havrena even married a Zambian wife at some point. He knew us inside out, and he knew that African spirit. That's why he's been able to do it over and over again with these African countries, because he has got that spirit for Africa. Now, with Moses Sichone, whatever we are going to lack in technical ability, we are going to make up for with our fearlessness, our spirit. He'll be able to bring out the real spirit of Zambia to go and play at this tournament. Do I see Zambia winning the whole thing? It's going to be tough, 100%, but I wouldn't be shocked if we eliminated one or two big players on the way. I don't think we are, well, actually I do, but I think we might actually qualify into the next round. We might not beat Morocco, but I think we can draw. I think we can give Mali a tough time. I think we can basically pit ourselves 100% against Comoros. So we've got a great chance, especially that we have got a homegrown coach running things. He's going to be able to think on his feet, fingers crossed, but I am rooting for Zambia 100% of the way. Then we've got the DRC, our neighbors, our favorite neighbors, my favorite neighbors. The DRC are so talented. Like Morocco, like Nigeria, these guys, they have got power. They've got, well, actually, Morocco don't have power. They've got the intensity, and they basically have everything else. But DRC, they bring power, they bring intensity, they bring physical dominance to the team. They do what Nigeria do, but a bit better. They do it a bit better, because as much as they've got all these guys who are coming from the Belgian league, the British, the English league, and the French league, they've got some players who grew up from the soil, and they still have got that spirit in them. So I think they've got a great chance going ahead to win at least this tournament. They're definitely going to be right at the end of this crucial tournament. 100%. So basically, they're very strong in midfield battles and comfortable playing direct, and they can control the tempo of the match very easily. Defensively, they're also tough to break down. But once they go ahead, you are cooked 100%. The only problem is probably converting goals. So their biggest challenge is going to be making those opportunities go in, scoring. But I think they have worked on them definitely, especially in this round where they were doing World Cup qualifiers. They did pretty well. They played Nigeria. They managed that game so well against Nigeria. And then they went to penalties. They knew we cannot compete. They were playing in phases the way you have to do when you're being intelligent, and ended up going to penalties. Their goalkeeper was in demonic form. They brought in a goalkeeper just to go and support when the penalties started, and they did it greatly, and they won and went in. But there's some controversy about that. It's all paperwork based. It's all about the paperwork, not about ability in this case. Nevertheless, guys, my pick to win the African Nations Cup, because I have got more than 5 brain cells that are functioning at every given time, I'll have to go for Morocco. That is who I think is going to win this tournament. Morocco, because they're hosting. And when Nigeria beat Morocco last time, the Moroccan FA went crazy and they made threats. The Moroccan FA made threats. They asked for referees to be disbarred. So I think they're going to get to the end of the tournament, and they're going to have the rub of the green. They're going to be able to influence the referees. They're going to use dark arts to get to the final. So it will be up to the final where fate is going to have to intervene. But everything has been put in place right now to make Morocco win this tournament. I'm not alleging corruption, but I'm alleging that it is going to be very difficult to win against Morocco, because when things are going badly for Morocco, I think they're going to be getting favorable decisions on the green. So basically, they've got the whole advantage. They've got the hosting, they've got the fans, they've got the will of CAF. I think CAF want them to get to the end of the tournament anyway. But I'm going to go for them because when they get to the final, that is where we can make a decision on whether they'll be able to do it. But of course, Morocco have got a winning mentality. They've proven they can perform in some of the bigger stages, and they're confident, especially in tight AFCON matches. I think they'll have the advantage. They've got the experience, they've got the flair. So that is going to be it. That's it, guys. That is my AFCON prediction. Nigeria are serious contenders. DRC are serious contenders. Ivory Coast, of course, are always there. My dark horses are Zambia, because they're my team, but also they're a wild card. You have to throw in a wild card, and why not go for Zambia? But Morocco are going to be the champions. They are the guys I think are going to. Let me know where you think I've gone wrong with this prediction. And we can do it again, but we are going to see pretty soon over the weekend who's going to start off the brightest. Thank you so much for joining me on Daliso's Sports Show. This has been Daliso, and please join me. Leave a comment and share this with everyone you can think of. Thank you so much, guys. I'll be talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.